Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. I'm laughing because I started the video and I started calling you Sagittarius because of Aries and Sagittarius, whatever. This is the Sagittarius monthly video, so welcome to my channel. Here we try to work with the energy of the moon in the way that will most benefit us. I did channel some information for you, and I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But first, I'd like to take just a second of your time to encourage you to hit that thumbs up button or leave me a comment or both. What it does is it allows us to connect energy, and so the reading will be more likely to resonate for you. Plus, it helps me to let YouTube know that this is a video worth watching, and they will help promote it, and then more people can get the messages. So it helps spread the messages, and it helps me to grow my channel, so I would appreciate your help on that. I try to keep this commercial free so that you can jump straight in. So take a second and go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And you could always unlike it later if you decide it wasn't what you wanted, right? So channeled messages for Aries. So it was really weird. I felt the need to get into the numerology a little bit this month. And so the numerology for the word Aries is spiritual. I didn't know that. And so that puts you on a path towards spirituality in overall and in general in life. So wherever it falls, does it fall in your, if you're an Aries sun, it falls into, how you view the world through the lens of working towards spirituality. If it is your rising sign, then you'll probably interacting with the world in a way that seems more spiritual oriented. And if it is your moon sign, then you are probably seeking to find that thing that makes you feel emotionally, spiritually balanced. And so I find that really kind of an interesting thing. So I wanted to do that. And then the other thing, so then I channeled. Okay, so what I saw was it was a white staircase. Do you remember in the 70s when they were really popular, those little spiral, really tightly small areas, spiral staircases? Only it was a little bit bigger. It was more sweeping, kind of like maybe you'd go up in a lighthouse. In fact, very much like you would go up in a lighthouse, because the walls around it were stone and they were white, and it was there were windows, so there was light coming in, and more light at the top than at the bottom. So actually very much like walking. I wonder if it was a lighthouse. So anyways, you were climbing up. You were a little trepidatious, a little timid, a little unsure if you wanted to go up the stairs, but you were going anyways because you are an initiating sign, and because you just have a lot more courage than people maybe recognize. And so because it was all white, and because I had just done the numerology, I felt like it had a lot to do with spirituality. And so I think that for you, maybe this month, during the time of Sagittarius, try to do something new to change your practice in spirituality. So maybe find a book that you want to read on something that interests you, or start doing yoga, or just start meditating if you haven't been, or change your meditative practice. Maybe change it to listening to music, or using firelight to stare into a candle while you're meditating, or just try something just a little bit different. Or if nothing else, when we get to the new moon next week, you could try actually setting intentions, using that as a way to start developing your spiritual practice and taking those stairs. So that's what we have. All right, so we're going to get into the monthly first, and then we'll go to the weekly. And this is personal assistance. So personal assistance is your overall energy for this month. Look for the people that are there. Look for the people this month that are looking to help you. Maybe you're looking to help somebody, but there is this need for just a little bit more assistance and guidance and help. So if you've never seen the 9-card spread, this is thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future, and then each of the card placements do have a meaning. So this is the key to the situation right here, and you have your higher self. So yeah, we are talking a lot about spirituality this month. So your higher self in the area of your heart, but also just the key to the situation is getting in contact with your higher self. So professional assistance, maybe you could use a Reiki treatment, or maybe get a reading from someone on YouTube. It doesn't have to be me, but I do them. There is in the description box below, I'll put the Reiki healer I work with. And she's very affordable, and she's I think you'll really enjoy the whole experience. In the recent past, you've been trying to seek some peace, trying to find the peace in your life, figure out where it is, where it should go. Currently, in the area of transformation, you're looking for a teacher, a guide. So this teacher, this guide, this assistance, look, they're in a library. It could be simply you picking up a book on something that you find interesting and allowing your higher self to direct you to figure out which book you want to purchase or how you want to go about it, or even using Oracle deck if you've never done that before. And in the future, we have playing it safe. And so I think that you're going to take things, but look, I don't know if you could see, there's fireworks going off. She's sitting behind a fence. She's not getting out there and enjoying her life. And what you do in the past, what you've done, you can't change, right? But you can learn from it. What you do now matters in the future. And so if you don't like the future, you can always change it. So when I see playing it safe, I think that maybe this is playing it safe in the financial arena, though. And so maybe not overspending would be very good for the holiday season that's coming up for so many. Or, yeah, okay, so in financial arena. Also, playing it safe is not giving too much of yourself away, making sure you're saving some time and some space for yourself. So I'm not sure that you need to be out there super active. However, if you feel like that seems like a fate worse than death, you can make changes, right? The future is unwritten. That's just where the energies are directing right now, but you can always change the energy by changing what you do. In the past, you had a lot of questions and doubts about your courage. Do you have the courage to make a change? And so when I see this now, and I see the playing it safe, now I wonder if there's some situation where maybe, if you can find the courage by getting in contact with your higher self and allowing your higher self to be your teacher to help you and guide you, then maybe playing it safe isn't what you end up doing. Maybe it helps you to decide what you need to do. In the heart space, you have the family. And this is being in connection with maybe this personal assistance that you get, professional assistance, it has something to do with a family matter. But when I say the family matter in the heart space, that feels more like I'm at home and comfortable in my group of people. Family doesn't have to be your immediate family. It doesn't have to be children. It doesn't have to be your parents. It could be. But it also could be your group that you consider your family. There's the family you're born into, and then there's a family you make along the way. In the recent past, you've been struggling with trying to figure out how to use your intuition for manifestation. So spirituality seems to be very important here this month. So kind of focusing on that, what's the next step you can take on that spiral staircase? And the thing about a spiral staircase too is that as you go around, you get the same you kind of cover the same ground, but you get it from a higher perspective. So there's kind of that, and then you have the increase. This is in the area of news and information coming in. And so I think if you focus on, and look, the chakra colors are all lit up here. I feel like if you try to do something different, maybe not playing it safe so much, but actually actively seeking a new way, it doesn't have to be a big way, but a new way, to increase your spirituality, preparing yourself to spiral upwards in your spirituality, then I think it doesn't take a lot of effort to get you to where you're going because you already have the increase there. In your outcome, okay, so you have the 4 angels, 4 directional angels, and you'll have to go back and look. I don't know if I turned that right side up or not, and it actually kind of matters. I feel like it was upside down. But the reason why it matters on this one, I have chosen not to read these in the reverse, but this one it kind of matters because when it's in the upright, the angels that you would call on would be Uriel, which is your Akashic records, which would be your teacher, and Archangel Raphael, which, because I see this green right here, would be that healing of the courage in the heart space. So it could very likely be that. In the reverse, it would be Saint Michael, to protect you, and who am I missing? Gabriel, communications. But you could actually call on all four to help you with these different areas of your life as you move forward. And I kind of feel like this is right. I feel like if you ask Archangel Uriel to help you to dive into your Akashic records, to be your teacher, to help you learn the lessons that you need to learn in order to transform, you would probably want to consider someone who specializes in the Akashic records reading. You could check out YouTube you could put, let's see, Alma Lightworker does it. Cosmic Empress will do it. Jenny Barak will work with you in healing past life issues. So these are some of the people I've noticed on YouTube that might be able to help you with this. All right, so let's get a little bit of guidance for where should you be directing your thoughts right now? What would be most beneficial? Your energy feels so contemplative. Okay, so we have comparisons. No two flowers are the same. You are all beautiful, and all are beautiful in their own way. So, Spirit is saying, don't be comparing where you're at to where someone else is at. You know, just keep putting one foot in front of the other and working toward what you want. Don't worry about what other people are thinking, what they have, what they don't have, what they can do or can't do. If you're looking, okay, so if you want to learn something, get in contact with somebody that can teach you and guide you along the way this month. So let's say that it is not about spirituality. Let's say that it's about your financial status, or you're working on something and you're upset that somebody seems to have a better romantic relationship, or they have more money than you do, or they have a better place to live. The secret to happiness is liking what you already have. Appreciating where you already are. The attitude of gratitude of where you already are raises your vibrational energy level, and that attracts in higher vibrational energy opportunities to you. And so when you are doing this comparison thing, you're not climbing, you're decreasing. And so you're on the increase, which makes me think that maybe you're figuring this out, that the way to move up the path would be to just like what you have, love where you're at. And in the heart space, you have Yang, this is energy of giving. This is energy of taking action. So if you've been sitting here feeling a little insecure about a situation, should I do this? Should I not do this? Check with your higher guides. Check with your higher self, your ancestors, your guides. But action, an increase in action is going to be required to get you where you want to go this month. Mercury in retrograde slowed everything way the heck down. I don't know about you. Today I wanted to do these readings way earlier. It is already 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm just starting. And they have to be up in 12 hours, right? But Mercury in retrograde is slowing way down. It's getting ready to go direct. And it was right on top of where my Mercury is. I couldn't function. So I was like, well, we'll get it done when we get it done. So sometimes you have to do that. And so we have be patient and focus the Kingfisher. So it's not going to happen fast. Energies are slow, but you're going to have to take some action and be patient and allow it to happen, and steering away from that need to compare yourself to where other people are, what they have that you don't have, and instead just plot your own course and move in your own direction. And it looks really positive, like you're going to get there. So, for the month of Sagittarius time, for the season of Sagittarius, I should call it, we have Jade. So Jade would be a really good crystal for you to work with. It says, I'm incredibly lucky. I have plenty of money with plenty to spare. I have plenty of money with plenty to spare. So yes, if you are worried about financial issues, playing it safe, maybe not being so risky, taking time, allowing your finances to increase at a steadier rate, but taking some kind of action. So what could that action be? Well, that action could be something as simple as checking over your cable bill. Do you really need all the things that you're using? Looking at, oh gosh, what is it? The apps on your phone, right? The apps on your phone, they can be, wow, things that you never use and you're paying for. So it would be an opportunity to maybe kind of take a look at that and see where that goes and decide what you want to do. All right, so we're going to get into the weekly now for November 18th through the 23rd. And we have a lot of things happening. We have the sun moving into Sagittarius. When we get to Friday, so all kinds of dicey energy, though, starting out the week. And so we have the square of the moon is in, the moon is, I am so struggling. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried to wait. If I waited, though, until it went right, I would never get them done on time, and I couldn't wait anymore. All right, so let's get some overall energy for the week on this, and then we'll talk about that moon being in Leo. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so here we go. All right, see, here you are. The energy is definitely this feeling of lack that other people have it all and you want it all, and how do you get there? So this is pretty much what's on your mind this week, which is setting you up for the energy of this month. With Sagittarius, though, is ruled by Jupiter, and that's a really great opportunity to expand, to increase. It's just going to take some positive action on your part. So overall, that's not impossible. This is really wanting to have it all and feeling left out in the cold. So not impossible to overcome. So here we go. The moon is in Leo. And Leo in this position, it's this opposition energy to what I want and what I have. It's the push me, pull me. And so it's an opportunity to take a look at where's the wisdom in this? What am I learning from this? And expressing your gratitude, right? Increasing your personal energy, vibrational energy level through gratitude will move you in the right direction. So the secret, of course, remember, to happiness is really loving where you are right now. And so there's wisdom in that. There's a sense of peace that comes with that. So communication on Monday and Tuesday, though, because there are these squares. The moon is square to Mercury in Scorpio. So communication is going to be a little tense, and the information coming to you, and there's information coming to light because we also get the moon will be square to the sun in Scorpio. And so there is this energy of information being tense, the ability to communicate what you're learning. There's this tension. And I just want you to take a deep breath and breathe your way through it. And understand that some people are going to be looking at you going, well, what have you done lately? Like, what are you doing? Your reputation is going to kind of feel like it's up against it a little bit. And so taking that deep breath and knowing that you may have to defend what you're currently doing. And so remember, we had that yang energy. So making sure you're taking some kind of a positive action. But you have, for guidance on this, you have the golden dragon from Atlantis, because I can't say the other word. It helps you to remember the wisdom of golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents, reclaim your mastery. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have wisdom, right? And this is about people saying, hey, maybe you're not really doing anything, but this says bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents, reclaim your mastery. So maybe you haven't been putting in the effort because Mercury in retrograde has just been slowing everything way the frick down. I don't know about you, but I've been completely exhausted. It's been really hard to function. And so putting a little bit of extra energy in is going to be necessary this week. Mercury does end up going direct on Wednesday. And so let's all stand up and shout hallelujah. But right now it is so slow because it slows down as it's getting ready to change direction. So it's been retrograde and now it's slowing down to make that turn to go direct. And so it is like slogging through the mud, right? It really is. Okay, but The important thing is during this part of this phase with this moon now in Virgo, it gets there at 8:54 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here in the U.S., there is this need to explore the basic principles of your financial plan. So while all the energy is so slow, taking that action that you want to take toward this financial situation that showed up there, that's showing up here, so apparently finances is definitely on your mind. So taking the time in the middle of the week when it's just, or the beginning of the week when it's like super slow, figuring out where you can make these changes, because it's going to be about assessing what you need and what you don't need, what works and what's not working, and understanding that throughout this process you are being protected, you are being guided, you are going to have to push through the resistance. And I think in this case the resistance might be, but I don't really want to give that up. The question becomes, does it mean more to you to have that, or to have that flexibility in the budget? And I'm not deciding for you, right? This is the question you would ask yourself. Do I use this enough? Is it worth it to me? It's your decision to figure out, right? But things are slow right now, and the energy is slow. It's a great time to kind of we're wrapping up the end of that process, and now we're going to start moving forward. We're still going to be in the shadow until I think it's December 8th. But during this phase, it's picking up speed, but you're still going to want to double check your work. And so right now, it's a great time to just take a look, do a little review, and see where you are. And you have deservingness. You have deservingness. So you deserve to have what you want. You deserve to have this. You don't deserve to feel like this. So what can you do to create that in your life? If it's a relationship situation, what works, what doesn't work? If it's a financial situation, what works, what doesn't work? If it's your level of spirituality, what works, what doesn't work? You have the knowledge. You have the wisdom. When it says awaken and bring back your knowledge and wisdom, that's you talking to your higher self. Your higher self knows, it remembers. It can get in touch with your Akashic records. You don't need to have somebody else help you do that. You can ask for guidance, and it will come. Something I did once was I wrote down all my different ideas on some paper and mixed them all up, and I tossed them. And it was a long story, and I talked about it last week sometime, I think. But anyway, so what ended up happening was I got an answer. It wasn't the answer I was looking for, but I did get an answer, and so it's a possibility. If you're vacillating between a couple of different ideas, put them on some index cards and shuffle them and lay them out, and then put your hand over them and feel for the energy and which one. There's like cold, and then it'll tingle, and this will still be warm, and then it gets cold, and so you go back to that spot where it feels warm and tingly, and which one's really attracting your energy. And you could try using that as a guidance tool. It actually works. All right, so then we get to Thursday, by the way. Thursday has the potential to be very productive, that allows you to push through that resistance and actually get something accomplished. Finally. Finally. So excited. And then Friday, happy birthday to the Sagittarius. So it's at 9:59 a.m. The sun moves into Sagittarius, and yay for that, right? Yay for that. Okay, so now we have the moon that went into Libra. It went in there at 11:20 p.m. on Thursday night, and so we have the moon in Libra, and this is about surrendering to the divine. This is about concession. This is about the surrender and the release. What am I letting go of? What don't I need? What's not working? How do I get to where I'm going? How do I decide what it is I need? This is a process of doing this elimination. Okay, so we had that full moon, and so there's like things brought to light and things that needed to go, and now you're sorting through kind of the debris of the situation and figuring out, okay, I need this, I don't need this, this works, this doesn't work. So then when we get to that new moon next week, you can plant your seeds of intention. And so this is the work that you do is this week, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Having patience for the process, being willing to surrender to your inner knowing, being willing to surrender to the divine timing, being willing to release what doesn't work, and more importantly, sometimes it's releasing the control of how it's going to work. Like setting your intentions means this is what I want. This is what I want to create, but maybe I don't know exactly how this is going to go, or I don't know what the outcome is really going to be, but I am going to release my need to control the situation. And if you can find a way to do that, that is when the peace comes in. And so there is a certain amount of peace that comes with that. So this says, service with an open heart is the key to satisfaction. If you are feeling unhappy, finding the happiness where you are, what you're doing, and then understanding that you have much more abundance than you think you have, and maybe you need to be giving some to others. Time, talent, treasure, being the teacher. That transformation energy was in, so in the house of transformation, you had the teacher, and we have the professional assistant. And so maybe it isn't that you need to be helped, it's that you need to teach somebody else to help and guide them, because when you do that, then when you teach, you learn so much. And so being of service to others is actually a gift that you give to yourself. As long as you're doing it within balance, right? You don't want to give away so much that there's nothing left for you. And maybe that's where the imbalance is, and that's where you know, that's the action step that you take that moves things forward, is you go and help somebody else. All right. So you'll be wanting to wrap up your projects, get things done that you started on. Mercury's still in the shadow. So it's finishing up, it's concluding the projects, because we're getting ready to plant the seeds of intention. And so anything that you started back in October, before Mercury went into retrograde, any of that stuff that you've been working on, now's the time to get it going so that you can shoot out of here and start moving things forward. A situation on Sunday might feel like it's a little out of control. You might want to withdraw into yourself and just like not let anybody know exactly what you're thinking, exactly what you're feeling, but instead it's a good time to seek that creative solution and releasing the negative energy of it, and instead searching for a solution that's beneficial, that moves you in the right direction. And so you have, say positive affirmation every morning to open the gates of manifestation. So, opening the gates of manifestation, you have Jade, right? You have Jade. Okay? Here's your manifestation, your positive affirmation. I am incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. I am incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. So if you're worried about finances, you can also change that word in and say, I'm incredibly lucky. I have plenty of abundance with plenty to spare, because that could be abundance of love. That could be abundance of joy, of gratitude. It could be abundance of success in your career, whatever it is you want. So Jade, I am incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of abundance with plenty to spare. All right, you've got this. You can do this. I will talk to you soon. Have a great week. Have a great month.